Hello, it's Willie from the Ozarks, and we're ready for July 18th's lesson in A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students, which is I Am Not a Body, I Am Free. In Will's calendar of days, July 18th is always the day that he remembers was his wife and mother of his 6 children that were born to him's birthday. And it turns out that we fall on the very day that was such a meaningful connection. I am not a body, I am free. You know, we can always stay connected to those who've left their bodies from physically because we're not a body, we're free. Don't ever forget that. And I take great heart in that. I when she left her body through a car accident that we had when my our 6 children were all very young, 10 years old and less. I just learned that you can tap a deeper strength. And I was able to, in some way, stay even connected to her through God. And she spoke to me that in a dream at least once, maybe twice, maybe more times, and I just don't remember. But I do have some very, very life-changing experiences that have happened in my connection with her since she is not a body. She is free. Well, you can say the same thing of yourself. And indeed, he tells us that we must say this. We must believe it. What's the word? Believe it? Cherish it. That was the word he used. We want to cherish this idea, to take it with us and think of it often. I am not a body. I am free. I hear the voice that God has given me, and it is only this. My mind obeys. All right, before we really get into that lesson, I'm sitting underneath that Quercus alba tree in my backyard, and over kind of the edge of the yard, and only my condemnation injures me is yesterday's lesson, July 17th. And it starts off by saying, injury is impossible, and yet illusion makes illusion. So if you accept the illusion that injury is possible, now you're going to think of other illusions to make it seem real. If you can condemn, you can be injured. For you have believed that you can injure, and the right you have established for yourself can be now used against you till you lay it down as valueless, unwanted, and unreal. Then does illusion cease to have effects, and all it seemed to have will be undone. Then are you free, for freedom is your gift, and you can now receive the gift you gave. Forgive, and you are freed. Such is the law that rules perception. I mean, the law is actually condemn, and you are made a prisoner. Forgive, and you are freed. Such is the law that rules perception. So condemn, and you're made a prisoner. Forgive, and you're made free. Such is the law that rules perception. It is not that knowledge that understands. It is not a law that knowledge understands, for freedom is a part of knowledge. To condemn is thus impossible in truth, and what seems to be its influence and its effects have not occurred at all. Yet must we deal with them a while as if they had. Illusion makes illusion, except one. Forgiveness is illusion that is answer to the rest. So that's the illusion that ends all illusions. It's the illusion of a forgiven world, the illusion of what heaven come to earth, of what Christ sees, that knows no injury, that injury is impossible. There's no condemnation. Only my condemnation injures me, only my own forgiveness set me free. That was yesterday, and we should still be saying it. Take it with you forever. Okay, forgiveness is the end of dreams because it is a dream of waking. It is a dream in which the Son of God awakens to his self and to his Father, knowing they are one. Forgiveness is the only road that leads out of disaster, past all suffering, and finally away from death. Why would you oppose it, quarrel with it, seek to find 1,000 ways in which it must be wrong? Is it not wiser to be glad you hold the answer to your problems in your hand? We hold the the answer to our problem in our hands. Isn't that something? Is it not more intelligent to thank the one who gives salvation and accept his gift with gratitude? And is it not a kindness to yourself to hear his voice and learn the simple lessons he would teach instead of trying to dismiss his words? His words will work. His words will save. His words contain all hope, all blessing, and all joy that ever can be found upon this earth. Those who hear his words have heard the song of heaven, for these are the words in which all will merge as one at last. Okay, so God's words, that still small voice, He's telling us that only my condemnation injures me, but only my own forgiveness sets me free. This world has many seeming haunts where mercy has no meaning and attack appears to justify, or appears as justified. This world has many seeming haunts where mercy has no meaning and attack appears as justified, yet all are one. A place where death is offered to God's Son and to his Father. So it's always the same. It's always the same illusion, a endless possibility of ways to imagine an illusion. But it's always the same. You're trying to say that a place where death is offered to God's Son and to his Father. And you may think that he even accepted. But if you will look again upon the place where you beheld their blood, you will perceive a miracle instead. Oh yeah, you might say that was so terrible that even God would not allow for something like that. And so you believe that God has accepted the illusion. But he says, even if you've done that, he said, just stop. He says, you may think they have accepted. But if you will look again, okay, just look again, upon the place where you beheld their blood, you will perceive a miracle instead. See, this time when you go back and re-perceive the world you've logged in as threatening, you're going to see it through the eyes of love and the unlimited power that love gives you. How foolish to believe that they could die. How foolish to believe that God could die and that you with him, that you and one are, Father and Son are one. And how foolish to believe that they could die. How foolish to believe you can attack. Just as foolish to believe that you can attack. There's no one to attack. We're in harmony with everyone. We're part of the all. There is no one else except illusions. And why would you want to bat the air at illusions? The stillness of yourself remains unmoved, untouched by thoughts like these, and unaware of any condemnation which could need forgiveness. How mad to think that you could be condemned and that the Holy Son of God can die. The stillness of yourself remains unmoved, untouched by thoughts like these. The stillness of yourself remains unmoved, untouched by thoughts like these, and unaware of any condemnation which could need forgiveness. Dreams of any kind are strange and alien to the truth. Yet what but truth could have a thought which builds a bridge to truth, which brings illusions to the other side? Today we practice letting freedom come to make its home with you. The truth bestows these words upon your mind that you may find the key to light and let the darkness end. Only my condemnation injures me, and yet only my own forgiveness sets me free. So that's what we want to really keep in mind. Only my condemnation injures me. So let's just don't condemn anyone or anything, not even ourselves. Only my own forgiveness sets me free. Remember, forgiveness. We let go in place of what's real and let what is not real, what has the appearance of injury or pain or sorrow or sickness or death, or hell. We just say, well, that can't be the real. That can't be true. Holy Spirit, I need your help to straighten my mind out. Be still and let him speak to you. Do not forget today that there can be no form of suffering that fails to hide an unforgiving thought. Don't forget that one. Do not forget today that there can be no form of suffering that fails to hide an unforgiving thought. So all forms of suffering are unforgiving thoughts. Nor can there be a form of pain forgiveness cannot heal, except the one illusion which proclaims there is no condemnation in God's Son. Okay, it's still an illusion because you're saying you're saying it's the illusion that ends all illusion. It's the one that love would do. That I'm just not going to condemn. I've been doing it. So I might have to have some experience here until I lose interest in thinking of that as being a reality that I could be injured. And as soon as I'm willing to say, well, only God is real, only truth is true, only love is real, then I'm free, because then I quit condemning, and my forgiveness set me free. Except the one illusion, which is forgiveness, which proclaims there is no condemnation in God's Son, and heaven is remembered instantly, the world forgotten, all its weird beliefs forgotten with it, as the face of Christ appears unveiled at last in this one dream. This is the gift the Holy Spirit holds for you from God your Father. Let today be celebrated both on earth and in your holy home as well. Both on earth and where? In heaven, your holy home as well. And we disappear forever into God. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful thought, that as we get so much in harmony with what is, we are able to not even be noticed, because it's just God, it's love manifesting. Now is it time for your deliverance. The time has come. The time has come today. Before we go on, I want to tell you a little bit about the Corcus alba, and then we're going to read our lesson. I know that was a little longer than usual, but there's just so much there, and I want you to take it with you. I'm sitting under this white oak, and I want to show you. I've done this once. This is take 2, by the way. I lost it a while ago, but I'm going to try it again. And white oak, the Corcus alba. Remember I told you the story? I'll tell you again as I'm moving you to let you look at the treetops of the white oak. This is the one that was about 6 inches long, diameter, when I moved to my property here. And we're going to go up in the treetops. And remember how Chief John Jolly had taught Raven to look up into the treetops, or to imagine the treetops, and to see your spirit is there, and knowing there was a place that the bullets and the arrows could not harm you. Well, this is the kind of place that we want to learn to abide in all the time. And this is what we are able to do automatically when we stay fixed in our stance of not condemning anyone, not condemning ourselves, just not condemning. Our condemnation injures us. Our own forgiveness sets us free. And that moves us right into the reality that I am not a body, I am free. And that's what we're getting ready to read. This Corcus alba, the white oak lumber, it's used often. I was going to say coveted, but I really don't like that word. But people like it for building fine woodworking and barrels. I mean, I get a sawmill and I cut up white oak, and it's always a nice wood to work with hard. Basket makers like it for splitting off their basket weaving materials. WebMD says of it, the bark is used as medicine for arthritis, diarrhea, colds, fever, cough, bronchitis, stimulating appetite, improving digestion. Wow, so maybe making a tea, it might be a true tonic. Maybe it's one of our Ozark tonics. Maybe add some other things to it. I know that I've used it, and many people have used it for strengthening their teeth and gums, and just drinking a little tea out of the bark, the inner bark, not the outer bark. There's a piece of the outer bark. It just kind of flakes off. You see how it's kind of, well, there's the outside of it. That's the part, is the outside. And see how it's kind of white? And that makes it pretty distinguishable among other oaks. Your black and red oaks, and then you've got your white oak. They even look white, and the wood's white, where the red oak and black oak are more of a red tint. So kind of neat. But it's the inner bark, it's the green part in there. So, break a branch off. Don't hurt the trunk of the tree just to get a little bark one year. Go up in a branch that needs pruned, and they wouldn't hurt. And you can just ask it which branch to take, and it'll tell you. We probably need to start learning to communicate with trees better. They probably got it all figured out. They can just stay put and enjoy life for a long time, like we ought to be able to do. Sit still and be, huh? Okay, July 18th. I am not a body, I am free. Freedom must be impossible as long as you perceive a body as yourself. The body is a limit. Who would seek for freedom in a body looks for it where it cannot be found. The mind can be made free when it no longer sees itself as in a body, firmly tied to it and sheltered by its presence. If this were the truth, the mind were vulnerable indeed. Okay, in order to process what will come up with our last lesson, we want to be aware that we're not a body. All right? That way it puts everything in true perspective, that we can transcend death. We have no fear of death. The mind that serves the Holy Spirit is unlimited forever, in all ways beyond the laws of time and space, unbound by any perceptions. No, unbound by any preconceptions, and with strength and power to do whatever it is asked. Let's read that again. The mind that serves the Holy Spirit is unlimited forever, in all ways beyond the laws of time and space, unbound by any preconceptions, and with strength and power to do whatever it is asked. Attack thoughts cannot enter such a mind because it has been given to the source of love. Attack thoughts cannot enter such a mind because it has been given to the source of love. That's why we want to lavish thanks for our practicing of seeing the good. We want to give thanks for doing this, so we were strongly in that place, not just barely there. Attack thoughts cannot enter such a mind because it has been given to the source of love, and fear can never enter in a mind that has attached itself to love. And remember, love and gratitude go together. That's why I'll bring up gratitude. Don't just forgive because you feel like you have to. I mean, maybe that's a good step in the right direction, but don't sell yourself short. I don't know if that's a good way to say it or not, but you know what I'm saying. Do the best you can at feeling gratitude for those you forgive, and actually being grateful that you had this opportunity to have a new lesson to get you a closer step to God. Fear can never enter in a mind that has attached itself to love. It rests in God, and who can be afraid who lives in innocence and only loves? 3. It is essential for your progress in this course that you accept today's idea and hold it very dear. We need to read that one again. It is essential for your progress in this course that you accept today's idea and hold it very dear. I wouldn't be a very good teacher if I didn't bring your attention to what he says is essential for your progress in this course, that you accept today's idea and hold it very dear. So we want to accept today's idea and hold it very dear. I am not a body, I am free. I am not a body, I am free. Be not concerned that to the ego it is quite insane. Don't be concerned by what the ego says. The ego holds the body dear because it dwells in it and lives united with the home that it has made. It is a part of the illusion that has sheltered it from being found illusory itself. The thought that says that injury is possible, then manifested a body and trying to hide out there. But you're more than that. You're way beyond that. You can't be harmed. You need not condemn. And you're not a body, and you are free. You're love itself. Here does it hide, and here it can be seen as what it is. Declare your innocence, and you are free. The body disappears because you have no need of it except the need the Holy Spirit sees. Oh, back up. Declare your innocence, and you are free. Declare your innocence, and you are free. Boy, I love that positive way of saying it. Only my condemnation injures me. Well, and it's what makes us a prisoner. Declare your innocence and you are free. The body disappears because you have no need of it except the need the Holy Spirit sees. For this the body will appear as useful form for what the mind must do. It thus becomes a vehicle which helps forgiveness be extended to the all-inclusive goal that it must reach according to God's plan. Cherish today's idea and practice it today. and every day. Okay, and here's a lesson he's telling you specifically. Keep doing this lesson. So, cherish today's idea and practice it today and every day. Make it a part of every practice period you take to think, I am not a body, I am free. I am still as God created me. We'll get to that lesson soon. You might as well get it in your heart. It just kind of has a good roll to it. Cherish today's idea and practice it today and every day. Make it a part of every practice period you take. There is no thought that will not gain thereby in power to help the world, and none which will not gain in added gifts to you as well. We sound the call of freedom round the world with this idea. I am not a body, I am free. And would you be exempt from the acceptance of the gift you give? So we're going to give this by saying it, and now we want to enter into it. We don't want to be exempt from the gift that we're giving. And remember that we're going to be giving it in two ways, in the dream and in the reality that is in the stillness, in the truth, and in where heaven is always undisturbed. The Holy Spirit is the home of minds that seek for freedom. In Him they find what they have sought. The body's purpose now is unambiguous, and it becomes perfect in the ability to serve an undivided goal. In conflict-free and unequivocal response to mind, with but the thought of freedom as its goal, the body serves and serves its purpose well. Without the power to enslave, it is a worthy servant of the freedom which the mind within the Holy Spirit seeks. Wow. Be free today and carry freedom as your gift to those who still believe they are enslaved within a body. Be free today and carry freedom as your gift to those who still believe they are enslaved within a body. Be free today and carry freedom with you. Be free today and carry freedom as your gift to those who still believe they are enslaved within a body. Be you free, so that the Holy Spirit can make use of your escape from bondage to set free the many who perceive themselves as bound and helpless and afraid. Let love replace their fears through you. Accept salvation now and give your mind to Him who calls to you to make this gift to Him. For He would give you freedom, perfect joy, and hope that finds its full accomplishment in God. For He would give you perfect freedom, perfect joy, and hope that finds its full accomplishment in God. And the last paragraph, you are God's Son. In immortality you live forever. Would you not return your mind to this? You are God's Son. In immortality you live forever. In immortality you live forever. You have everlasting life, and you have it now, and you have it for everlasting, okay? You don't have to die to get everlasting life. Matter of fact, that would be an oxymoron. Would you not return your mind to this? Then practice well the thought the Holy Spirit gives you for today. Your brothers stand released with you in it. The world is blessed along with you. God's Son will weep no more, and heaven offers thanks for the increase of joy your practice brings even to it. Even heaven says that even heaven is increased in joy. Let's read that again. You are God's Son. In immortality you live forever. Would you not return your mind to this? Then practice well the thought the Holy Spirit gives you for today. I am not a body, I am free. Your brothers stand released with you in it. Your brothers, your sisters, those on both sides of the veil. We can say to all of them, I am not a body, I am free. You are not a body, you are free. Would you not return your mind to this? Then practice well the thought the Holy Spirit gives you for today. I am not a body, I am free. Your brothers stand released with you in it. The world is blessed along with you. God's Son will weep no more, and heaven offers thanks for the increase of joy your practice brings even to it. And God Himself extends His love and happiness each time you say, I am not a body, I am free. I hear the voice that God has given me, and it is only this my mind obeys. I am not a body, I am free. I hear the voice that God has given me, and it is only this my mind obeys. I am not a body, I am free.